What is up, my beautiful friends? Welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I'm excited to tell you guys that, man, I put the freaking 7900 XT back in. We're going to be testing this out for a month now that we got the 7800 X3D. I want to see just how freaking far we can push this combination and see what we can get. I've had an amazing time with the 4080 Super. Don't get me wrong, like, that is an awesome card, man. It is the second best in the stack that you can get from Nvidia right now today, and I definitely like that card. I think it's incredible. It does a very good job. I'm pretty happy with it, but man, I just miss my AMD experience so much that I had to go back. Now I was sitting here, and I'm going to tell you guys what happened. As we all know, some of the beta app things can be unstable sometimes. But I just downloaded the app yesterday. I was playing around with it today. And, I let it do like its overclocking thing or whatever. And then I jumped on to Cyberpunk 2077 and I was checking it out because I was like, man, I'm really curious how DLSS looks at ultra performance mode at 4K with all the ray tracing and everything turned on. And I turn it on and I'm looking out there and I'm like, gosh dang, this flickers too. And I was like, all right, whatever. Well, I was sitting there and I was getting ready to make a video and it just crashed. Like, it crashed the freaking dashboard. It kicked me out of the game. I was like, what the freak? So I get back in there and I was like, all right, whatever, everything's running fine. I'm sitting there and get ready to hit the record button again, and boom, it crashes again. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm putting the AMD card back in. I've been wanting to test like the HDR and everything on the OLED with this card now for a little while. So I was like, I'm just gonna put it in there because I need to. I want to get back to that. So when I put the Nvidia card back in, I'm not even gonna play around with the app. Like, it just kind of feels unstable. Hopefully Nvidia can get that thing running pretty good. But yeah, so as you know, I've been testing not testing, like, I bought it, I've been using my 4080 Super for the last month, getting accustomed to it, playing around with it, having a good time, checking out the ray tracing, looking at all the features, and literally having a good time. Like, I think it is a very good 4K card. Like, it literally convinced me to pull the LG C2 OLED off of my sim racing rig, put it on my desk as my main monitor. That is how good the 4080 Super is. I want you to understand that. That is how good that card is. It convinced me to give 4K a better chance, because before that I was like, dude, I'm not even gonna mess with 4K. I just kind of feel like all the video cards out there just kind of snake oil. I would much rather just run 1440p instead of being disappointed. Well, let me tell you what I did. So I got the 42-inch LG C2 as my main monitor. Right next to it I got the 32-inch, the LG, so like, if I do find a game that's not good at 4K, I can always just play it right here on my monitor perfectly. I got it kind of set up all right, but I'm looking into getting me an ultra wide monitor and stuff too, because I don't know, guys, like, that 4080 Super did something to me. Like, it did something to me. Like, I'm starting to be like, 4K. I'm starting to get that little 4K retard bug back at me again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Haven't we learned our lesson with 4K? Well, no, dude, OLED 4K LG premium experience. Why the hell would you not want to experience that? Period. But when I look at that and when I'm sitting here, I'm like, gosh dang it, man. Like, I want to see my AMD card back on this thing again, because I love this 7900 XT. This is the first AMD card I bought, and this card is absolutely incredible. Incredible. So I'm going to be testing this out for a little while. I'm going to get you guys some video and stuff. I've got a bunch of 4080 Super video recorded. I'm going to try to do some side-by-sides of some of the footage I got. Maybe kind of, do what I can to try to show you guys what I'm talking about. And this is a good test for me right now, because now that we're on the 4K, I'm gonna really put to the test my whole little, maybe the AMD visuals look a little better. Maybe it's because it uses more VRAM, something like that. I do have this pretty decent camera. Hopefully I can capture some of that with the camera, but if I can't, then in a few months, I'm gonna be spending another $2,200 on a really high quality Sony camera. So if I can't freaking find a way to show you guys out with a $2,100 or $2,200 Sony camera. I don't know. I don't know. See, here's the thing. Like trying to take a picture, or not a picture, but film the screen with a camera and then turn around and then upload that to YouTube. I might have to upload that onto Patreon. Just try to upload like raw video footage over to Patreon, so that we can try to see this. Because I swear, guys, like I don't do this to try to sound crazy. I really don't. Like I don't say these things to try to sound crazy. I literally, guys, if I was like some little biased fanboy, AMD fanboy, there's no way in hell I'd have been spending almost $1,200 for a 4080 Super. No, guys. I do like the features that Nvidia has. Like I do. I mean, I would be crazy not to. But I also really like AMD. I really do. Like I'm not just saying that. I'm not just, you know, trying to like, you know, pay or play lip service to anybody. I absolutely love the user experience on the AMD GPUs. I literally just bought some MotoGP 24 so I could bring you guys a video of that as well. I totally forgot this game was coming out, and it's been out for, let me check this out. This game's been out now for, whoa man, May, June, so it's been out since the beginning of last month, and I totally missed it. I totally forgot about it, but that's all right because it's already on sale, so not a big deal. But yeah, guys, if I was just a biased, stupid little fanboy, there's no way in hell I would have spent $1,200 on a 4080 Super, then spent another $700 to upgrade to the 7800X 3D platform to try to squeeze the most out of it. Now I know I have a good system. I know that 4080 Super is an awesome card. It really does. It really shines. It's good. Like it's probably got a pretty decent amount of longevity in there. The 7900 XT is the same way, guys. I mean, honestly, if it really came down to it, and if you were to ask me, like, hey, Frog, what should I buy? Should I buy a 4080 Super, or should I just buy the 7900 XT? And my honest opinion, guys, is you can get such a good deal on the 7900 XT right now that, like, what I'm seeing in difference of frame rate is like literally usually within like 10 to 15 frames at the most, give or take, but it goes both ways, you know. It's, I mean, there might be some outliers that I haven't run into, games that I play that lead would definitely be bigger, you know, but the only time you're ever going to see the 4080 really take off and really pull away from the 7900 XT is in some ray tracing games. That's it. Like, you will see a difference there. So if ray tracing is important to you, and you're okay with DLSS and you're okay with frame generation, because if you're playing at 4K, you have to utilize that. 1440p, not as much. It is definitely a little bit better experience, but I don't know if paying $1,200. Well, I mean, if you can get an MSRP for $1,000, 1440p. If you've got a really good like OLED 1440p monitor, yeah, pair it with a 4080 Super or like a 7900 XTX. That makes sense. That makes sense, you know. But if you've got just a like a 4K TV, or you're just rocking like a regular 1440p monitor, I don't know, man. You could probably get away with like a GRE 7900 GRE. You could probably get away with a 4070 Ti Super. That's probably your better buy for the Nvidia stack. I think the 4070 Ti Super is probably the better buy out of all of those cards. Unless you can literally get a Founders Edition of 4080 Super for $1,000, then I would say maybe go ahead. But I don't know, guys. I'm not like super negative about the 4080 Super. I love this card. I think it's absolutely incredible. And yes, I do recommend buying one. Like, if you want to have one and you've got the money, buy it. Like, I think you'll be okay. There's no need to wait for a 5080 to come out. There's no need to, like, I think this card will do you pretty good. Like, it does pretty good at 4K. I don't have a problem with it at 4K. Every game that I like to play, that I love to play, and you guys know I play open world games, I play a lot of racing games, and both of those are running very well above 60 FPS, 4K resolution, bells and whistles on a 4080 Super, even the 7900 XT for that matter. Yes, these are good cards. I definitely can recommend these, and I think that even if you went out and bought them right now, you could be at least, you could guarantee yourself at least 2 more good years of like uncompromised 4K experience, I would say if you can, I'd probably say you can guarantee at least 2 years with that. And then, you know, maybe then you start playing around with some settings going down. But then again, play at high settings and you can go even longer. Play it at medium settings, mixture of medium and high settings. You're going to get some good time out of these cards. That's the whole point. Yeah, I think that a lot of people look at PC gaming, especially if you're like me, like a console gamer coming to the PC space. Like, I think we have these like unrealistic expectations literally just baked into us, because there's a lot of, you know, misrepresentation when it comes to PC. Like, there are things on PC that you can absolutely do that you just can't do on a console, like, period. Like, and that's true. When you look at something and like you get like, you know, Herman Hulse talking about how, yeah, man, we put God of War and all these games on the PC, and maybe then people will buy a PlayStation 5 to play those games. The only way somebody's buying a PlayStation 5 to play a PlayStation first party game is if they're rocking like a 2060 Super or something from like a long time ago, and they're trying to decide, oh man, do I buy a, you know, a new $500 GPU, or do I buy a $500 PlayStation? Maybe those guys, maybe that case scenario might just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy the whole in system, you know, $500, but then they got to pay for the freaking saves. They got to pay for, yeah, pay to play online. Yeah, that just sucks, man. That just sucks. I don't know. That'd be a, I mean, I could see that level of PC gamer doing it, but then once they get in there and they start to see just how restrictive that experience really is, I think they would regret it every single day of their life when they could have just bought a graphics card that's better. So, I don't know, my friends. So, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, we're going to be testing out the 7900 XT with the 7800X 3D for a while now, and we're going to see how this goes. So, if you like this content, please hit like, please hit subscribe, my friends. I could definitely use the channel growth, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.